Welcome to Mother's Creations. Today I'm going to make molasses raisin bread. And if you like sweet bread, you'll enjoy this one. Okay, first of all, now I'm using my KitchenAid, my handy dandy KitchenAid. So what I do, I make 2 portions because it only takes 4 cups of flour. So I'll make 4 cups of flour and then I'll do the 4 cups of flour again. So for this recipe, if you just want to make one little batch and you'll get maybe 2 loaves of bread, or close to, you could have a loaf of bread and some raisin buns, then you wouldn't do this. First of all, you'll have your water lukewarm. Not at all hot, like test it on your wrist, not at all hot to the touch, because if you have it hot to the touch, you will scald your yeast. So what I am doing here now, I will put 2 cups of water in here, and then I have 6 tablespoons of sugar, but I'm only going to use half in each batch. So you could say, if you were making a half a batch, well then you would say, I'm going to do just the 3 tablespoons. Then I will melt me some butter. So we'll grab a little bowl for this. Oops, sorry, 1/4 cup of butter I'm going to put in this for, well, my microwave is 45 seconds. And I'll just grab another bit for the next lap. I'll grab some more for my next batch. Easy peasy. Okay. Now, I have my water in here and I have my sugar. Now we'll give it a good little, just a little stir. Get the sugar going. Okay, and I have 2 packs of yeast I'm going to add. You need to grab some scissors. Now I don't let the yeast stand very long in the bowl. Just take the yeast and sprinkle. So I'm going to add some yeast to here. A little bit. Just see where I put the bottom. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon of yeast also. And I'll just let that stand. Now you need to heat your molasses. So what I will do is I will add the molasses to this butter that I've already melted. And I'll get some ready now for the next batch. So altogether you'll have close to a half a cup of molasses in each one. And now I will give this yeast a quick little stir. Okay. Now, we will add 4 cups of flour from this bowl. And we'll see where that takes us. We'll let that mix itself. Stir up your molasses and your butter. Pour this in. Okay, a little mix. Now, in here I have a couple of cups of flour, so I'll see if we need all this flour. There's a little attachment that goes on here too. It makes it a lot easier for putting stuff into the mixer, but that's too easy for me. I like to go the hard way. Okay, so now we need to get raisins in there. So I would say about a cup of raisins in each side, I guess. You gotta have a nice bit of raisin. That's the raisins are the life of it. Okay, and I'm gonna put some sultana in here too. Just a little bit of it. Just because I like mixture. Okay. The golden and the dark raisins, they kind of go together. Right then. Let's give this a mix. See what happens. Add another little bit. Excuse me. I'm going to have a little bit more because it's not coming together. Like, you want it soft. You don't want it, we'll say, as a hard batch, but you don't want it too sticky either. Some people like cinnamon in there too. Now you can put cinnamon, nutmeg, whatever you like in here. But I prefer just plain old molasses bread. Okay, and there we have it. Batch 1. Okay. Big mess in my hands now, just as high as I can. Now you sprinkle a little bit of flour in your bowl, and then you can put some on your hands if you want. Get this out of here. Now all this can be done by hand if you don't have your mixer. But I like to use the mixer because it saves me from all this pushing, kneading and stuff. Okay, now we'll do the same thing as before. But first I'll knead this down a little bit. Give it a chance to rise. while I'm waiting for the next lat. Because what I do, I'll do two of these, 2 lats, and then I mix them all together, and that way it's not so hard on your arms. Okay. Alrighty then, I'm going to do this all over again now. So what I'm going to do this time, I'll put my measuring cup up, and I'll put my butter in there, and I'll just heat it all up together. 145. So there's a half cup of molasses, a 1/4 cup of butter, or margarine, whatever you have. I prefer butter if I have it. Okay then. While I'm doing this, I get the, like I said, make sure your water is really, really lukewarm. It's hard to get it just right, but it comes out in the end. Yeast here. And don't forget my sugar or yeast. 3 tablespoons of sugar. And a pack of yeast besides. So it ends up being like this. It's like, I think it's 2 teaspoons in a pack. Oh my God, I don't believe I just done that. I threw the yeast in the bread, but it was just lovely. I'm sure someone else is using my head today. This is supposed to go in here.
We'll just say cut, back up, okay?
No. It's not, I'm sure that's funny. No, you can fix it. So there's no big deal. I waste the yeast in the wrong place. But that's not going to hurt nothing. There you go. Okay. It's in the right spot now. Mine overload. Okay. Just a little mix now while I'm waiting for the yeast to rise. Take care of the yeast that's fine in the bottom. Too funny. Okay, throw this in here. Now this is your 4 cups of flour. And butter to melt up. And then we have, like I said, you may have to use a couple extra cups of flour. This I want a little bit too much, so I'm going to have to put a little bit extra flour in here. That's all around. Okay. Like I said, you need some flour. A little bit of flour in the bowl. And that should do it. And there we have our molasses raisin bread. And then I'll just take the 2 batches and knead them together. And then I'll wait a good hour. And then you'll knead your bread down. And then I don't let it rise any more than that. Some people let it go 2 hours, but I find that raisin bread where it's really the molasses and everything makes it like a kind of a stiff consistency. And I find that it's harder to rise than the plain bread, right? Now then. I need some butter. Where did I put? Okay, I have it right here. So you need a bit of butter now to mix in here. And now I put butter on the bottom and a little flour, and that helps it not stick to the bowl. And then I put a pinch on top. And I like to put a cross in the middle. They call it blessing your bread. I've done this for a long, long time. A senior citizen told me one time, you should always bless your bread if you want good bread. And I've done it ever since. Okay then. That's it for now. In a little while I'll be back. When the bread rises now for an hour, I'll be back to knead it down. And I'll have my pans already greased, and I weigh off my bread and put it in the bread pans, and I'll show you how I do that.
Thank you very much, Eddie.
Back again.
Well, it was a day
Now,
in history books
I will
that
knead down our bread.
today as the organization installed its first
Molasses
female
Raisin.
governor.
Famous molasses raisin that you hear people talking
History
about.
with the Church Lands Brigade. We will now lead it.
I had a woman this summer
Here's MTV's Jody.
home here from Ontario, and she said she couldn't get it the way she wanted it. It always came out too hard and wouldn't rise. Well, I said, the only advice that I could give you, I said, is that either, I said, the bread is made up, the dough was made up too hard, or the water is too hot and might scar her yeast. So I gave her my recipe and she made it, and it came out wonderful. She told me it was the best raisin bread she ever had. So I hope you guys, if you try it, I hope it comes out wonderful for you guys too. Now, I knead down the bread, and then all I do is, now I have pan, but I like to butter the bread. I like the butter better. It seems like it makes it glossier, but it's up to you. You can spray your pans. So I'm thinking the most you would get out of this is maybe 5 loaves out of both the batches, or 4.5. I could be wrong. Depends on what you put in. You will see. So for molasses raisin bread, I use my scale now. I like to measure it out, but you don't have to do that. You just judge your buns and try to get them close together. Try and get them about the same thing, right? So, but for me, I put 9 ounces in a bun. you
It's that
just
time of year when the machines are being ready to hit the trails, but are the riders tuning up their survival skills? NTV's Jerry Lynn Mackey reports tragedy could be
you just
around the next
kind of
bend.
push your ball together.
It can happen in the blink of an eye. The ice gives way and another snowmobile or ATV sinks beneath the water's surface.
We tend to have an incident at the beginning of the season and the end of the season where somebody ventures out too early or stays too late. And we're hoping this to get the word out to make people more aware and that they
Nine
before they
and
go on the ice.
The numbers are shocking.
This is what takes the time, is the 9
perished
ounces.
aboard snowmobiles and ATVs in the province over the past 6 years. The people who get the calls say they typically respond to as many as a dozen emergencies on the island every year.
Use your judgment, use good common sense, and check the ice. Because one pond might be good, the other pond could be exposed to wind, different currents in it. You need to know where you're going. Don't venture on ice that the place where you just don't know. You have to be sure.
It's hard to predict when your life is in danger. It
kinda
depends
push
on
it
many
together.
changing factors like weather and ice
Push and not
thickness.
stretch.
You need to know where you're going.
Some people
Don't
will
venture
stretch
on
their
ice that
bread,
the place where you just
and
don't
if
know.
you stretch it, it can go wholly. But I like to push it together. And some more people, my daughter, she works in a bakery,
These are ice picks.
and
They're meant to be
down there now, they'll roll the balls.
And, like,
And
this
that's
stuff
good
is
too.
all good, but it's no good if you put it
Because
underneath
it
the seat of
pushes
your
pushes
small
the
or
air
half
out of the
the
balls,
This has to be on your
and
person
then when it
because
rises,
if you
it'll
don't
rise
have
up nice, and you won't get like
you
what
will-
we call
you-
holy bread.
This stuff will go to
It'll
the
be
bottom.
all bubbles.
The Avalon
So
Trailway Association
just make
is
sure you
committed
push
to
it
getting a
together
message of
good.
safety out there this winter. Tomorrow, they will partner with the RNC for a safety talk at Frank Roberts Junior High. Jerry Lynn Mackey, NTV News. Residents in Grand Falls, Windsor are set to pay more taxes with the 2019 municipal budget, but business taxes will remain about the same. NTV's Colleen Lewis has more.
Nothing like Christmas. A slice of molasses raisin bread and a cup of hot tea. Now, some people in our area, a lot of my friends, like Christmas Eve, they'll have their molasses raisin bread, they'll have a piece of saltfish, and their cocoa, hot chocolate, as some would say. But that was the tradition years ago, and to this day, my husband, he still has that.
And we did have an increase in our water and sewer tax.
The average homeowner in community will pay approximately $16 a month more. But commercial
And I love raisin bread. I can get up in the morning and have a slice of molasses raisin bread, and that would be my breakfast, with a cup of a nice hot cup of
The
tea.
2019 budget, so that they can kind of recuperate from some of the struggles they've had in previous years, and to continue to grow and bring their services into the community.
That is bread when it's all done. Now you let it rise for another 2 hours, at least, or until it gets up over the pan a nice bit. I will show you that a little bit later. And then it goes in the oven then for 25 minutes to 30, depending. Some people use 350, but I use 3 on my oven because my oven is really, really hot. And so I use it 300, usually 20-25 minutes, depending. But if you tap it on the bottom when it's baked, it'll get like a little hollow sound, and then you know it's baked through.
To just give them a little bit of extra support.
For NTV News, I'm Colleen Lewis in Grand Falls, Windsor.
Groups in Grand Falls, Windsor are coming together to help a young muscular dystrophy patient who's waiting for a heart transplant in Ottawa this week. Amanda Saunders was attending Memorial University recently with problems developed with her heart. She now needs a transplant and is in hospital in Ottawa. Back home in Grand Falls, Windsor, groups are coming together to do what they can to help with the expenses for her family.
I worked in a home one time, in a senior's home. And when you make molasses raisin bread, well, they think when you take it out of the oven, they thought they did the world. And a lot of seniors are like it right up to this day. They still love their molasses raisin bread.
And insurance doesn't.
And not only seniors, young people too. My grandson, he comes in, he lives for raisin bread. And course, the old-fashioned raisin cake can't be beat either.
Looking forward to better cell phone service. There's a cost share initiative between Bell Canada, the province, Unicor, and the Community Council to expand the service in southern Labrador communities. 6 communities in Labrador are getting that wireless technology. It's costing over $1 million, with Bell contributing the biggest chunk at $587,000.
I think there's more raisins going to the floor than it is in the bowl. That's what
It's
probably
all
more.
about giving back, so Atlantic Lottery set out to make this season a little brighter for some people in the province.
If you find your bread is rough looking, like you'll know when you make it up. If it doesn't look good, sometimes when it rises now it'll go together. But you can take the ball out and fix it, re-roll it.
After members of Atlantic Lottery asked people from this province what their holiday wish would be this year.
My Christmas wish would be to reunite my sisters who are living all across Canada.
My wish is to give my pop a nice milk rain.
Little did they know, just
Okay, then.
48 hours later, all of
5
their
rolls
holiday
it
wishes
is.
were coming true.
So when you come back now, my bread will be ready to go in the oven. Hi, we're back again. This is how high your raisin bread should be, roughly about this size before you put it in the oven. Then we'll bake it for like 20-25 minutes, and then you'll see the end results. Back in a bit. Here we go. Let's see what's done and what's not. Now with this one, it's a little bit different than the fresh bread, because, yep, not quite done. This one's easy. These are done. You got that hollow sound. To back. Okay. Raisin bread will be darker. Molasses raisin. It browns faster, but that don't necessarily mean it's done. It can be very doughy, so you have to be careful of that too. But if you get that little tap sound, the little hollow sound, and you tap it on the bottom, then you'll know it's done. But this is lovely. It's gone double its size for sure. You go. And you'll hear this. And that's how I know it's done. That's how I was taught. Hey. But we still have a couple minutes now for the other 2 loaves. But you get the main idea. And if you have any questions, you can always text me. No, you can't. But like and subscribe to see all my videos.
You can comment down below.
You can comment down below. Have a nice day. 2.